A couple of videos ago, I used the image and the saying above to make a point about how sometimes we have power that we don't know we have. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. Now, I'd like to amend it with the saying below, don't sacrifice the good to chase the perfect. Many people have asked, why have you changed and all of a sudden become a supporter of the current leader? Is he perfect? No. Did I think in 2016 there was a better choice? Yes, but right now, no. No, the battlefield has changed. I've said this before. We have a whole new landscape now, and we cannot sacrifice the good chasing the perfect. And you can help. And I would like to humbly ask, would you help? Please? It doesn't have to be about whether you believe this protects from a virus or not. We can flip the script. We can take what they would use for evil and use it for good. You don't have to wear it all the time. Just at the store. Maybe where you know people are going to see it. And the last election, pretty close in numbers. But Mr. Trump won. In 4 states, he won by the thinnest of razor margins, so don't think a few votes doesn't help. These are, of course, live and available at the Florida McKee Mask Store, and now we are up to 4 different options to help re-elect Donald Trump. There's one designed for women. There's one designed for people who want to literally say they're protesting wearing the mask. And then there's, of course, the most popular mask by far, Shalkek Nemron. This mask is why in November I'm voting Trump 2020. And then the newest one. So, humbly, if you could help, it would be greatly appreciated. We have a grand total of 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19 masks now. So, entirely up to you. We have 4 that have Bible scriptures on them. There are, I think, 3 or 4 that have Latin and Crusader-themed masks. So whatever you're looking for, it's here. So without any further delay, these are some of the most iconic images in all of history. These have been found for many, many, many years, and people cannot explain them. Some have tried to explain it away with this thing called trepanation that they do, where they tie the strings around baby skulls. But you would have to ask why. Why would they want them to look like that if there weren't already people who had skulls naturally formed like that? In today's video, I'm going to show you, in Antarctica, yet another skull. Now, I put this together this morning just to show you that it's not a one-off. Over the past 2 years, and because we don't do the videos as often as we used to, many people have forgotten all of the different skull and head images we have uncovered using Google Earth Pro. One of the best things about using Google Earth Pro is, as always, down in the description, I will give you all of the coordinates. You can download Google Earth Pro to your own device, laptop or computer. Place those coordinates into the search bar, and it'll take you right to these images. You don't have to trust me. You can see it for your own eyes on your own device. And yes, these are all real. These have not been edited in any way. They haven't been doctored in any way. These are what the images look like in reality from satellite in Antarctica. All 6 of them. Now, we're going to go to Google Earth Pro here. And where we're going to primarily be today is down here in the 6 o'clock region. We, of course, use the Antarctic Peninsula up here as 12 o'clock and just treat it as if it was a normal time-telling clock. So down here around 6 o'clock. But I did want to go someplace real fast before we get there, just to show you guys something. Now, just as a disclaimer, this was discovered by others, not me. Third phase of moon made it popular. There was some controversy about who actually discovered it earlier, but they had made it popular here on YouTube. This is, of course, the third phase of moon face. You can see the mouth, the nose. It's kind of reminiscent of the face on Mars type of thing. There's one eye that's got a kind of a slit here, and the other eye seems to be completely closed. One thing that I personally discovered about it, though, that nobody else saw, was this. If you take this image and you just take away this part down here, and you zoom in on the upper part, you get an entirely different face. You can see the mouth here, the nose, the one open dark eye here, and then the closed eye over here. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys, and in case you hadn't seen it. So there's a face within a face. Now, without any further delay, let's get to the new discovery. This is near someplace called the Vanderford Valley. And this, I'll be very honest with you, this was a tough one. I was scouring it at a real close level, and it was right on the edge, but it's pretty clear. As you can see, we have a jaw, we have a nose feature, we have the eye, the cheekbone, and as you can see, we have the long, trepanated, whatever term you want to use, skull of this. And you're currently looking at eye altitude, 225 feet. Imagery date, meaning the imagery layer, is 3/15/2004. We're going to go ahead and do a quick measure here. A lot of these measurements are skewed a little bit based on the altitude of the ice. So sometimes the satellite just doesn't get it right. We're going to go ahead and measure from the chin, starting in meters. 27 meters from the chin to the end of the skull. And 17 meters high. In feet, 57 feet that way. And 92 feet that way. Now, also, let me clear something up about that. I'm not making the allegation that every one of these skull images actually came from a living being. I'm saying that they're more than likely statuary or some type of creation. And that's not too big to be out of the realm of possibility. So by itself, when you look at something like this, you think maybe, maybe not, I don't know. It's kind of vague, but you are looking down from a satellite, and you only get one angle to see it. You can't really move around it. We live in an age when people play video games in 4K, super high res, 60 frames per second, and they're used to seeing every single little nuance of shadow and detail. Let me tell you, as somebody from Army intelligence years and years ago, when we looked at imagery, it was never that clear, and we still had to make assessment as to what we were looking at, even with some of the most grainy images. And on par, most of the time we got it right. So I just wanted to share that. One other thing real quick. We had seen images of pyramids before in other places, and I wanted to do an entire episode on this, but I just want to share it here at the end. I found something that looks kind of like a golden pyramid, because it really does. When you see this in high res, you can clearly see the outline right here. And this is also Vanderford Valley. It's very close to Mertz Ninnis. Mertz Ninnis is, of course, where we found the Stargate. So many other images were found in the Mertz Ninnis Valley. We've done so many videos on them, I've lost track. Over 250 different videos in Antarctica, the vast majority of which showcasing something different. Some are compilation videos. There's one where we look at the top 100 finds. It was hours and hours and hours of effort virtually every night for months and months and months to find this stuff. And there's more to be found. There truly is more to be found down here. Just zooming out, every one of these areas you're seeing right here in high res. I've looked at some. I've found some different things, but not anywhere near a complete and comprehensive survey of the region. So anyway, I guess I will just leave it there and let you guys download Google Earth Pro for yourselves and go to the description. I'll have all of the coordinates there for all of the finds, and you can make up your own minds. You don't have to trust me. But please, if you would, humbly, if you could help, it would be great. It would really be great. Regret is a terrible thing. And if it's something just as simple as this, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. Because all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. Look at what was achieved in 2016. You can do it again. Like, share, subscribe.